UFC 264 is considered one of the most massive MMA events to date, making a near record-breaking amount of revenue for the company and headlining one of the more legendary rivalries the promotion has seen in recent memory. The UFC is quickly becoming one of the most lucrative organizations in sports, and after a touch-and-go year of restrictions and empty seats, the 2021 season has been bigger and better than ever. For headliners Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor engaging in their third rivalry fight, the success of UFC 264 translates to major money above and beyond their fight purses, and international attention for brands lucky enough to be included in the roster of sponsorships. But how much money did the fight make for its two biggest draws? Like, share, and subscribe to the Ultimate Fighting Network as we explore how much money Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor made in the aftermath of the massive UFC 264. Before we continue, a quick disclaimer. In the world of combat sports, money can be a tight-lipped subject, and while online estimates are plentiful, the Nevada State Athletic Commission doesn't disclose official numbers regarding fighter pay. Simultaneously, UFC President Dana White has been very vague about revenue numbers for the organization as a whole, preferring not to confirm anything on the business side of things. With that in mind, all amounts included in this video should be taken as educated guesses and estimates, not as official numbers. UFC 264 took place on January 10th, 2021 at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, the official home of the UFC. It was a packed card, but the headline was the real draw. The third fight in a trilogy between rivals Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. A high-profile rubber match with a ferocious lead-up and intense interest from fans and pundits alike. UFC 264 was notable for two reasons. Besides being an event with incredible fan interests, it would be the first pay-per-view UFC fight to operate with a full-capacity crowd, 20,000 in attendance, since the shutdowns and restrictions began in March 2020. The earnings at the gate were over $16 million, and the event featured an audience packed full with celebrities and notable guests in a busy Las Vegas weekend.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, this weekend in Vegas is massive. You got us selling out T-Mobile. Garth Brooks sold out Raider Stadium. You got Rogan and Chappelle Thursday and Friday night selling out MGM Grand. Bieber's playing this weekend. Drake's doing something. I mean, I could go on for an hour, all the things that's going on in Vegas this weekend. So it's going to be booming. And as far as this fight, in the 20 years, there's never been more celebrities to a fight than there will be this Saturday night. Most pre-buys ever for a fight. And if you're staying home on Saturday night and you know you're going to watch the fight, buy it now. Don't wait till Saturday.
On the financial side of things, UFC 264 made history as the first event since the promotion signed a global deal with cryptocurrency brand Crypto.com. Not only is this the UFC's first official cryptocurrency partnership, but it's a massive one. Crypto.com was all over the fighters' uniforms and kit, and also had a branded presence inside the octagon and on social media. This partnership isn't just a one-shot deal either. It's a long-term contract for an estimated $175 million over the course of 10 years. This places Crypto.com in front of potentially millions upon millions of eyeballs. Incidentally, none of this brand money is slated to go into the fighters' pockets. Perhaps a gesture of goodwill, UFC 264 made the historic decision to raise fighter bonuses to $75,000. A rare move ever since 2014 when the bonuses were all standardized to $50,000 each. Lastly, let's talk pay-per-view. Again, numbers are not confirmed yet, but Dana White predicted that UFC 264 would be one of the promotion's highest-selling fights, and it looks like he was right.
I know that the 8 o'clock we were over 1.2 million buys just in the US. So my assumption, I have to be careful with this stuff now because we're a public company. I can't go out shooting my mouth off and have the people, completely wrong. But I'm gonna say that we came in anywhere between 1.7 million and 1.8 million.
While the real numbers are not yet available, estimates put the pay-per-view buy rate at $1.8 million globally, placing the event at the second highest in history, behind Conor McGregor vs. Khabib Nurmagomedov in 2018. With the magnitude of the event in mind, let's break down how much the rival headliners likely made. Dustin Poirier is considered one of the leading contenders for the title in the current roster of the lightweight division. While he's not had quite a long and successful run in the UFC, his star really rose after his winning rematch with Conor McGregor in early 2021, and a massive fan base is now invested in seeing him get his next title shot. Despite this, Poirier chose the rematch with McGregor, a former champion, as a pure business decision. The pay promised would be astronomical compared to a potential title fight, since Conor McGregor is still a huge draw for the UFC. Without calculating pay-per-view points, Poirier made $1,021,000 after his victory at UFC 264, which breaks down to $1 million to show and $21,000 for fight week incentive pay. This is actually less than he made for his second fight against McGregor, because thanks to the tumultuous nature of his victory, a doctor's stoppage, he did not earn a Fight of the Night bonus at UFC 264. Pay-per-view points are not disclosed by the UFC, but it's likely that Poirier's overall purse was much higher than that, based on the massive buy rate. Now, he certainly made less in pay-per-view than his opponent, but it was still likely in the low millions. Conor McGregor, on the other hand, is still considered the highest-paid athlete in the world, let alone the UFC. So his payout was always going to be extraordinary for this trilogy fight, whether win or loss. It could be said that McGregor doesn't need the money, but he does need this rivalry with Poirier to keep his once explosive career from slipping, a trajectory noted by many analysts lately. That said, the nature of his defeat was definitely unexpected. A broken leg in the first round causing a doctor's stoppage. While McGregor maintains that it was not a real loss, he definitely has nothing to complain about based on his overall payout. Without pay-per-view points, McGregor made an estimated $5,011,000 from UFC 264. This includes a $5 million purse just for showing up, plus a further $11,000 for fight week incentive pay. On a somewhat humorous note, it's likely that McGregor made less incentive pay than Poirier because of his refusal to wear a Crypto.com shirt to the weigh-in, which is supposed to be the official UFC fight kit. Dana White and McGregor exchanged frustrated words at the ceremonial weigh-in, reportedly because McGregor rocked up wearing his normal clothes instead of the new uniform.
Official weight, 156 for the former two-division champion.
Again, official numbers aren't available, but based on past high-profile fights, McGregor was estimated to make an additional $25 to $30 million just from pay-per-view buys, and it seems exceedingly likely that this payout came to fruition for him, making this an extremely lucrative defeat for the Irish former champion. UFC 264 is likely to be an event for the history books based on its size and scope, as well as the context of lifted restrictions and the bitter rivalry at its heart. The massive purses were only a part of the importance of such an event, but every fight night sets a new precedent for the ones that come after. And if the rivalry of its headliners continues, who knows what records UFC 264 made that will be shattered in years to come.
But as soon as he's better, you see a rematch happening between him and Poirier?
I don't know. Listen, the rematch is there. You got the rematch with him like you got the rematch with Diaz. You know, it's always going to be there. I don't know what the landscape's going to look like when he's ready or how long it's going to be. And so to say definitively, I can't right here, right now. But you always have that rematch.
What did you think about UFC 264? Comment below and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching the Ultimate Fighting Network.